Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this show, welcome to the Topics of the Town News. Today is October 23rd, and I have my friend and co-host
Tony
for
Betancourt.
the show, Tony Betancourt. And look what he's got on his shirt.
There we go. It's the wrong way.
TB, so that's that's the football game.
No,
Football team.
no, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. All right, so we're here, like you said just a minute ago. We're going to have some fun.
Basically, that's what it's all about.
I think what we need to do is we don't need any more music. We're drummed up enough. All right, so welcome to the show. Today is October 23rd. And it is being aired at
4 o'clock.
4 p.m. And what I like to do is the agenda and opinions are solely by the topics of the town host, myself, and our guests, and our contributors and commentators. The subtitle for this show, and I was thinking about that last night. I just issued this thing at 11 o'clock last night.
I did notice that.
And it says, the subtitle that I was thinking of is Danvers Attacked by Air and by Politics on Land.
Feels that way.
Danvers residents must unite, get ready to reclaim the small town feel and culture of Danvers.
We're losing it. There's no question in my mind.
So the subtitle is more directed towards the Beverly Airport impact from the air
Yes.
and the political impact that we're getting back to the residents from our elected officials.
It's almost like they don't want to do anything for us. I don't understand.
Well, they don't know what they can do, and they're helpless
I
for
know,
some
but-
reason.
My God, I mean, they got to help us here because it's crazy, you know?
So, one of the things that I wanted to express again, and I've done this in the past, I have a quote again. And
You always have good quotes, too.
unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. That means that believing in everything that's being told us and directed towards us is not always the truth.
No.
It's whatever they want you to feel and accept because, hey, we have a limited amount of leadership in this town. And I bring this forward because we need and deserve strong leadership for our community.
We do.
Where have all the leaders gone? We used to have people, Bill Nicholson, Peter Zook, Wayne Markey was the biggest, greatest political leader in this town for many years. Where have all the leaders gone? Where are the local heroes in our society? And I've used this before, but I think it deserves repeating. Where are the town fathers and mothers who are elected by us? And have we misplaced our trust in our community leaders? It's a philosophical question, but I think we all need to ask ourselves, and even our select board, our school committee, and every other elected official in this town needs to ask themselves that same question. Because we seem to be just rolling along with no worries and everything is going to be fine. Well, it's not.
It's not.
The current town government is deaf to the issues that count. We are overtaxed, abused as taxpayers, and ratepayers at our utilities and basic services. We need relief.
And our infrastructure is terrible.
That's right. And I have in black, bold ink here that the tax classification is up for debate in the next meeting or the meeting after that. I don't know which one yet. That is a very significant political decision that the Board of Selectmen, or the Select Board, needs to make, because the business community has been doing very well. Our residents are getting hurt.
They keep putting it onto the residents. Basically, that's
Well,
it.
that's exactly, and there's a emphasis from the past where everybody believes that it should be 33% to 66% residential and all that. That is not a calculated issue.
But all this building and stuff, you figure they'd have more money, right?
That's right.
But where's it going?
Well, I don't think they're getting any more tax revenue because nothing is finalized. Everything is being built, but it's being built very slow because there's no demand at this time. Our voices are heard at public assemblies, but when it comes to taking action, we are abandoned due to political inaction
It feels that way. I'll be honest with you. It really feels that way. It's sad.
and the deliberate anticipation that the complainers will go and
Away.
get tired and go away.
That's what they're hoping for.
Our
That's what they're
leaders
hoping
are
for.
asleep at the switch.
Yes.
You and I and several other people at the Board of Selectmen, at the school committee, at the library trustees have spoken and requested action. What happens?
Goes on
Nothing.
deaf ears. Seems that way.
There was a very, very intense discussion you brought up in regards to the petition that was sent in to the Beverly Airport
Right.
in regard to the complaints about the noise,
select-
the
They called it
building.
a referendum. The select board sent them a referendum, okay?
That's right.
I asked the other day, did they get a reply for it? There was no reply. How can you send something out and not get a reply? It doesn't make sense to me, does it?
Well, no. What I'm just going to clarify that a little bit because I watched that, very clearly heard. There was no reply requested.
I know.
What the hell does the town manager think this was done for? What reason?
It went through town meeting. They passed it. There was
Well-
one thing on there from specified. We want an impact study.
Right. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. Don't get excited.
I'm
It's
not trying to get
worth
excited.
getting excited. We can deliver the message
Exactly. I
very
just get a little excited. Loud. You know what I mean? What am I going to say, you know?
which and how many public comments are presented but not acted upon by the select board and other boards.
And I thought the select board heard us, and I thought they were on our side. And I'll be honest with you, I felt good and everything else, but after asking that and seeing it, just really,
What we got and we continue to get is lip service. And what we need to do is at the time of the upcoming elections, we have to throw all the bums out. But we must understand the political tactics and the kind of words of wisdom by Mark Twain, and I eliminated Mark Twain from the presentation.
okay.
But the words are that we cannot justify everybody and everything that we're talking about, because if you repeat it enough times, maybe it'll sink in. That's the message that was coming from.
And it's a good message. Now, Mark, another thing now, the thing I'd like to talk on, what you sent out to the select board, most of the select board, the town manager, a report that came from Hanscom Field, right?
Yes.
Hanscom Field did a survey, I guess it took a year long.
This was a environmental report, basically for the clarification of the EIR, Environmental Impact Report, that
Okay.
was submitted and rejected by the state. So they went and did a study. And what we'll do is let me just.
No, it's fine. I'm not trying
we
to.
have we have two other items
it's
before
fine.
that,
Okay.
but we'll get to it because I have additional information.
Okay. The reason
So-
being, like I said, reading that's a damning report.
It
and
is.
Then, we're worse over here in Danvers.
Well,
That's the reason being.
The thing is that we don't know what we have.
Because they don't want to do a study. Because they know they're not going to pass it. That's why.
That's exactly right. As long as they can ignore us and have us go away, that's all they want
Until
to
people
accomplish.
start dying, that's the only time they're going to wake up.
Well, that's exactly what
And
the
that's what the study's saying, man.
Yep. So, I have issued that report. I have shared that report with our Board of Selectmen, not the conservation, but the airport commissioners.
Yes, you did. I did see
Because
that. There's quite a few names on there.
I
that you
put them on distribution, but there's no response.
Of course, there's no response. They want to brush that under the table. You know how it is.
But let me talk about
Okay, I know. I apologize. I didn't mean to push you into
little
it.
story.
I thought we were going that way first.
No, let's go with a little story that I wanted
Okay,
to
not a
bring
problem.
up
Understood.
because it happened. Yes, a matter of fact, yesterday
Oh, really? Okay.
I was sent a copy of an email
Okay.
in regards to a request about streetlights, and the request was to the town
Okay.
because it was a pole with some lights and a faded away light fixture that's on top of the pole.
Okay.
So the request was being talked about with the Department of DPW and the electric company
Okay.
for a month.
Really?
For a month. And it probably was longer than that.
Okay.
But when the email was sent out yesterday, early in the afternoon, there was no response. However, the gentleman that sent me the email that had the request in retracted the email right away about an hour later. So I guess the sending of an email to the select board, which was one member, I won't go into names,
Understood.
one member, and the town manager, I guess it only took an hour for them to address the issue and resolve the light fixture, and it was done only an hour after the email was sent to the town manager. So it's great news that there was a reaction. However, that should never take that long for any resident request that has been presented to the DPW. They usually go to the town manager or the Board of Selectmen. And sometimes the Board of Selectmen responds, and I know several of the responders. However, it should not take more than a day, maybe 2 days, to respond to such a request. So, congratulations to our residents. They have got a reaction from
okay.
Town Hall.
So it's fixed already?
It is. It was fixed an hour after the email came out.
Wow.
So, I guess a greasy wheel.
They say that. The greasy wheel always gets the grease.
The squeaky wheel
Gets
gets
the
the grease. So I just wanted to share that because it was very interesting last night
Well, that
while I
pretty
was
good.
doing
That was
the
good.
outline.
I mean, that's a positive sign. This town is not that bad. They do a lot of things, and we have a lot of good people in it. But sometimes a lot of things seem like they fall by the wayside.
Well, I'll tell you why it didn't happen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because the individual and myself have appeared in front of the electric company meetings on several occasions,
Okay.
and I think somebody was trying to make a point.
Okay, understood.
But I hope that the reaction from the town manager was appropriate and it deserves applause from us.
Okay.
So
I'll give
thank
a
you,
hand.
Jill. We don't want to beat up on you all the time,
Exactly.
but
Only once in a while.
once in a while is right. So, next story I picked last night is the Danvers Concerned Residents. There was a meeting held at the police station
Okay, I didn't go to that, but I did hear
No,
about it.
you did not, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was away. That's
You
fine.
don't have to be at every meeting. But there was a petition that was citizens petition that was submitted on September 18th
September 18th, okay.
to the board of the select board.
Okay,
And all it asked for, and I will quickly read through it.
go ahead.
The petition asked the select board, with the planning board and the town manager, the appointing authority of the planning board, to consider the following. Consider
Okay,
limiting the current permissible density by right.
okay,
Evaluate the consequences of implementing the MBTA law.
okay,
Anticipated consequences of congestion of the allowed zoning. Review and consider the possible relief in density, congestion, and the parking requirements currently allowed by right, and then expanded by special permits and variances by the planning board action. The build-in exceptions and permissible variances and relief petitions need to be controlled better. These may be controlled by the planning board actions. Every time we've gone to a planning board meeting, it's always approved. Sometimes it's reduced by 1 or 2 units.
right.
But
Been giving
there's-
away too much, if you ask
but
me.
there's never any question of why are you asking for more? Because our zoning is now established. Let's follow it. The planning board must reflect the majority views of our residents to preserve the local zoning developed for our community. The next item is consider the results of surveys and petitions of our residents, because there was very intense scrutiny of the 2017 survey that was done, but nothing was ever accepted or rejected or even talked about. The Danvers Community Survey report in 2017 was very explicit about the density, congestion, taxes, and traffic.
Yes, and parking also.
Parking is we have our own suggestion to the parking issue.
And which I think is a good suggestion, but they're not listening.
Well, let me get to it in a
I
second.
know, I'm not saying anything.
Consider to develop a master plan for the town of Danvers to provide guidance and vision to the town. Now, Mr. Bennett was very clear to me when I raised this issue that it is being considered, but I haven't heard anything about it. The planning board hasn't had a meeting for 3 or 4 weeks.
I guess that's what you said, yeah. Well, they meet 2 times a month they meet, right? Isn't that what it
They
is usually?
do.
2 times a month.
And they've canceled all the meetings, and even
Okay.
the next meeting, which was the 28th, is already canceled.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I don't
maybe there's nothing on the
know.
board, or
I know
maybe they're hiding?
our three-bedroom community development across the street is waiting in the wings, but I hope something is done by the planning
Did they get the
board.
okay on that or not? I thought they did.
I think they did. I don't know whether it's been not delayed, but not rescinded, but it hasn't been concluded.
Oh, okay.
This petition is submitted by the representatives of Danvers concerned citizens. So this was submitted. This was very innocuous. I mean, it's not very.
But they haven't responded to it yet. Is that what you're saying?
They haven't even. The town manager was there saying, "I don't know what you're asking about." The only one that and I'll give Gardner the accolades for standing up at least. Thank you, Gardner. You said, why don't we just pass this on to the town manager so she can go to the planning board and ask them about this petition? And until then, that was 2 weeks ago. So the thing is, I don't think they know what the heck is going on in this town. So that is a petition that's been in the works, and I don't know whether it's even moved from the town manager's office to the planning board, and Lou George is the chairman of that.
Yes.
He's been very receptive.
Yeah,
and,
no, Louis is a good guy. I mean, there's no question in my mind.
and if the town manager doesn't pass it on and request the action on it, I will. And the thing is, that's not my place to do that.
No.
So, that's story number 2.
Okay.
Now, that one, just to follow up on your comment in regard to the garage, well, we have suggested, or I have
You have
suggested,
suggested.
I have suggested a 3-story, 100 cars per floor garage at the existing Holton Street. No, is it Holton Street? Yeah,
No, Hobart.
Hobart Street parking lot. That would solve a lot of issues on that end of town.
And if you watched yesterday the select board meeting, okay, basically they were talking about parking, about people that work in town, they can have parking spaces. We have a parking problem. They keep saying we don't. We do.
And the thing is, again, I hate to pick on Gardner, but he has the right ideas. He's the only one that speaks up on that board.
Not
And
on the airport.
It's, well, I know that, but that's okay. Gardner is a good guy. He knows everything that goes on. The thing is that they shut him off. And I think we do in some respect. But Gardner, don't let the bastards get to you. So the one thing that I was very impressed with his comments in regard to the parking was not just the parking, but the one-way up Maple Street.
I did hear that too. They're talking.
That is a suggestion that was made 3 years ago.
I know, but
That is the most dangerous intersection in
you're
town.
right. But you know what's going to happen, Mark? They're going to have to go down to 62, and it's going to back everything up. It's going to be a mess.
Well, that's what they created.
I know. That's what I'm trying to
So
tell you.
why don't we resolve it? But all they talk about is they want money for studies and things like that.
That's the problem.
That's not the problem. The problem is
They
commitment.
spend the money and we get nowhere.
It's commitment.
Yes.
They don't want to commit to anything.
I
So,
don't know.
all right. So
No question about it. We have problems. We have problems. No
we're
question
up
about it.
to story number 3
Yes.
out of 6.
That's one's on the school.
And
right?
I don't know what time we have.
Let me think.
23.
You got 23
That's
minutes.
not bad.
No, not bad.
So, story number 3 is a regurgitation of the school and education issues that we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago.
But that's a problem that seems nationwide.
Well, it
That
is.
problem is nationwide.
It
and
is.
we're feeling it here, too. The same way the nation is feeling it, Danvers is feeling it. But they're not doing anything about it. That's the problem.
Well, the thing is that we as residents do not stand up and object to the things that are happening. One of the things that I brought today is the Danvers Equity and Inclusion Collaborative. Who the hell are these people? This is
People
the
get paid a
union.
lot of money.
This is the union.
Oh, okay.
Christy Shofar, the text of our Danvers Teachers Association letter is included, and that's what I read last time. Let me just quickly
No
read this.
problem.
We are writing to you today to express our grave concerns regarding the decision to allow 8th grade families to opt out of the ELA unit of the school year. By allowing students whose parents have objected to this book, All American Boys, an acclaimed novel, whatever, the district is clearly not following established processes of the challenge of a book or curriculum materials. Where the hell does the union And the teachers have the right to object to parents opting out of what they're teaching them. The union is not running the school committee.
Not supposed to.
The school committee is non-existent right now because they have no authority that they can exercise.
But they're the ones that have the authority to watch out for us, supposedly.
Yeah, but like I said last time, and let me just okay.
No, I'm not trying to be funny.
The
but I mean,
reason our school committee does not use their authority is because they're elected by us.
yes,
They're supposed to represent us.
yes.
But all they do is comply with the DESE, which is the Department of Secondary Education. And that department, the school department from the state, dictates what is being taught in the classrooms. And I have in my truck probably a pile of paper, about 5 or 6 envelopes full of curriculum that is being dictated to the town by the state. So, like I said last show, we do not have a school department that is representative of Danvers. We have a school department that is run and funded by the state.
And the SAT scores, they're not even going by them anymore,
Oh,
right?
they don't want to talk about
And
that.
they want to talk about that, but this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you would
See-
think with all the money that they're spending on the schools, okay, and it's quite a bit, you know that. And they're always looking for more, okay?
We're talking about almost $80 million that is being spent out of our $150 million for the town.
And we should see an example of that, shouldn't we?
We should have some results.
Yes,
that
that's the point I
reflect-
guess I'm getting at. But
But
it doesn't seem that way, does it?
But they play to the audience, which is the current parents' crop, and to the state. The rest of the 25,000 residents in town are totally being ignored.
It's
So-
sad. A lot of people are going to private schools and stuff too.
Well, let me get
It's
to
true,
that.
though.
Instead of stamping out inequities through DEI, SEL, CRT, LGBTQ, we create new issues and further inequities. The State Department of Secondary Education dictated curriculum, dictates, and the woke indoctrinated teachers union adopt the current education process because they don't have any imagination. The current crop of students and parents are trapped with the woke education process. Parents and their children are enrolling the students in out-of-school tutorial programs, or they're contributed to the widening of performance among school levels. In our opinion and question of people who chose to send their children to Danvers schools, a parent wrote that a more technical and rigorous curriculum would bring more people back. Parents should not feel like they need innovative math, English especially as a second language, to make sure the kids learn properly. The majority of students are being cast aside for the 8 to 10% who deserve special treatment, but not at the cost of the majority.
Okay, I agree with that. I
So-
do agree with that. I mean, to me, it seems that way.
And in conclusion of this subject, and I will get to it in a little while, but the only way to do that is to stop letting the equity industrial complex of consultants and ideologues define the town's options. They're rooted in an ideology that favors equity over achievement.
I think they should let the teachers teach.
Well,
We don't need too many. They got too many chiefs. That's the problem. They got to bring a chief in for almost every teacher. It's ridiculous. They spend so much money that way. Let the teachers teach. That's how it used to be in the olden days. As far as I'm concerned, they love the kids. They want to teach the kids. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like that. I think that's gone.
Tony, the teachers themselves, what I saw at the school committee meeting that one I attended in regard to this book, they came out in mass, 20 teachers in blue blue T-shirts, teachers union and all that.
But here we go. Are they Danvers teachers?
Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of times they pay agitators and stuff like that. We don't know. It's terrible that this has come to this, but that's what it seems like, isn't it?
Okay. The equity is a noble goal if it means ensuring that every student has the same opportunities and educational support. But it shouldn't come at the expense of high achievers, nor should it lower expectations and outcomes for the kind of students that equity advocates claim to champion. It will take more than updating the curriculum for Danvers to regain the trust of families that are fleeing the system. It will take renouncing bad ideas that damaged it in the first place. The bad ideas started back with the previous superintendent. And she was in office for 17 or 18 years as superintendent.
She came up the ropes,
and
basically.
she brought in all of the woke and SEL, CRT, every single liberal criteria that she was interested in. So that's what we have. So we need to bring...
Isn't it up to our school committee to straighten this out, hopefully?
Our school committee doesn't know what power they have.
They're the ones that have the power, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they have to revolt against the state education department.
Okay.
But there are other school systems, like on the Newton and other major towns on the outskirts of Boston, other than Cambridge. Cambridge is as bad or worse than we are.
Okay.
But the problem is that our school committee doesn't know what they can do, and they don't want to do anything because they may get voted out again. But what we had last year, the two school committee members that ran 4 years ago decided that this wasn't for them.
Well, maybe they couldn't get anything done. They felt that.
They didn't get anything done.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, sometimes you mean well. You want to get things done, but you get frustrated after a while.
That's right. So, this is probably the letter that I think...
You did notice that they started the charter school.
Yes.
Down on Water Street.
Yes.
I noticed that they've been digging it up.
Well, to give fair representation of what the school committee did at that meeting, I was told that at the end of the meeting, they reached out to change or adjust the curriculum, but not for this year, for next year. I mean, come on, people.
I know, well, that's the thing. Yeah.
So that's where we are. So maybe something will happen.
We hope.
But parents have to get up
Well, that's the thing, too. You know what I mean? And then,
and the thing is that we don't have kids in the school system right now. I don't.
I don't have.
But I have grandkids that may be going into the school system.
My grandchildren are not even in the school system here either.
Well, that's right. So now what we have is a town seal that I introduced in here again. So, Ben, if we can put that up, is this whole town needs to address this because the town was incorporated in 1757, but the motto on the seal, the King Unwilling, is still in force for the elected officials unwilling. So Danvers has always been a rebellious town, and I think we need to continue that.
And I hope we get the clickers. You heard about that, didn't you?
Yes.
I hope we get the clickers so we can have a fair.
You know what? I
know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Because I know that this was an issue 3 years ago. This was a warrant article in front of the town meeting. And I was basically drummed out of the town meeting for even bringing it up because everybody thought it's so great at town meeting that they don't have to even think. They just get gavelled and it's done. And everybody wants to get out of there in 2 hours.
It's true, but we need a fair system. We need the town working for us, and we need the clickers to make sure it's fair. Okay, with this, that voice resignation's got to go.
That's right. So I'm not going to say much more
That's
because
it.
this was brought up 3 years ago. The town charter review was brought up 3 years ago.
It's taking time, but I hope it's adopted.
So hopefully it'll sink in somebody's head.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
All right. So the King Unwilling, we are embarking on the 250th anniversary of the United States, and this is out of sequence, but we already talked about the parking and traffic
You did.
selection.
I noticed. I see it coming up. But that's
Many issues with density, congestion, and parking. And we need a 3-story, 300-car space garage on the existing Hobart Street parking lot.
Do you realize that, honestly, in Danvers, if you leave your house at 2:30, you're stuck in traffic till about 5:30.
That's because everybody's going home.
Cutting through here.
Schools are letting out.
Yes,
That's right.
it's terrible.
Well, that's something that should be digested a little bit.
Building
And-
all this stuff is not going to help. That's the problem. It's going to add to it more.
That's right. So, that's where we are. What I have here is just a hangar airport status, and I put your name against it, but I
fine.
will give it if you want.
Give me a guess. Go ahead.
What I understand now is that the hangar foundations are being installed.
The steel's already there, sitting there down already. I noticed that.
Yes, and I was notified that they have delivered 2 gigantic fuel tanks.
Yes, I went to look at them. Those things are pretty huge, man.
No, they're 10,000 gallons each.
Yes.
However, one of the things that they don't have right now is a storage permit and dispensing permit for the new location, which is behind the hangar instead of on the side.
All right. Another thing. Why isn't that on the Beverly side? Why is it everything on the Danvers side?
Well,
That's what I wanna-
because that's where the repairs are going to be handled, and we are already inundated.
No, you know why? Wenham Lake, my friend. That's why. Okay.
Wenham Lake.
Yes.
What about it?
If you put the tanks on the other side, too close to the lake. If anything, something leaks, it's going that way. Remember, they've already dug up over there. The EPA's been all over them. They have all kinds of problems on that side already. Okay. They even have a detention thing down in the ball fields. That's
Right.
the reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why. And Danvers is stupid. They let it happen.
Well, Danvers, really, what they claim is they have no control, but they haven't tried.
They
any
don't.
control.
They sit back on everything. That's the problem here. Okay.
So the hangar permit has been approved,
Okay.
building permit.
Yes.
However, and just to report for general information, the permit carried a $64,000 fee.
You
for
did
the-
tell me that. It was that much money, huh?
And that was based on a $5 million hangar cost.
Okay.
And that is half of what it is.
Okay.
So they're cheating the town of Danvers anyway.
Well, I'm glad to see the town finally got something.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that we are now, and I'll just report that on next meeting, is Mr. Hannafin, the airport manager, has been gracious enough to send me information on the number of flights per day per time and departure and
A
arrival.
lot of them are going on in the middle of the night now.
That's exactly what it's coming.
Yes.
So the thing is, we need to correct the information that's been sent out. The jets are causing more problems now. However, the problems are quick because they fly by so fast, but they are so low that they have to be reported to Massport. And that's where the calls should be going, because right now any call that goes to the to the airport manager,
Okay.
all it is a recording. I mean, he is gracious enough to report on it. However, he can't do a damn thing. He won't do a damn thing. So we need to get to our airport, Beverly Airport, not manager,
Commissioners meeting?
the trustees.
Trustees.
So
Another thing we should really doing, since they're putting those tanks over here, we should be getting a slice of that money that they're getting. They're getting quite a bit of money over there for that fuel that they're selling. I understand that we suppose if we get it, it has to be related to the airport. Well, believe me, we need some money to fight these people. Okay, that should be put into a trust. Okay, to get stuff done.
well, let me. I have story
be
number
funny.
5.
Okay.
Story number
So
5.
I mean, I took away your thunder.
No, no, I got plenty of stuff here. Town News, open letter to Beverly Airport Management.
Okay.
Now, this I haven't sent out yet, but this deserves to be sent out
Oh, I think I did see that.
to Beverly Mayor Cahill and Danvers Select Board while they're thinking about elections in Beverly.
The 4th, November 4th is
That's
the
right.
election.
So, Danvers, Beverly, and Wenham residents are impacted by the current and planned expansion of this airport.
We're impacted more than Beverly.
That's for damn sure. And Wenham doesn't, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing either, but they do get tax money.
Now, the position of the current airport management is disgraceful to the pleading of their neighbors in Danvers. The citizen comments at commission meetings have fallen on deaf ears. Again, this sounds
It's
like
ridiculous, man. I
Danvers
don't even want to
Board
go
of-
anymore. They don't even listen anymore. Okay, it's like talking to a brick wall. Okay, they do what they want to do. They tell you they're gonna do something to keep you happy and hope you go away, and then they just look. You saw what they did with runway 16. That was the best runway to give us relief. Nope. People in Beverly are complaining, so nope. They went to number 9,
that's
runway
right.
9. Runway 9 gives us all kinds of noise, brings more fumes into the town of Danvers. The town of Danvers has to wake up and tell Beverly Airport to take care of the Danvers residents, okay? Put everything in Beverly, okay? Beverly's getting away with murder.
So what I have there, it's 2.5 pages, but I'm going to publish that as a letter to the editor.
Thank you very much for what you do. I really appreciate your
But
help.
What I want to blend this in with is we have been receiving information from the people at Hanscom,
Yes.
which is a organization of mothers and different individuals that are suing Hanscom. And
Maybe that's what we should do. Sue the city of Beverly.
I think it should, but the thing is that we have been asking for an environmental impact report through a petition by the town meeting
Yes, and town meeting passed it.
to the select board resolution that was sent to the
Beverly Airport.
Beverly Airport on April 15th,
April 15th.
2025.
Yes.
And that was signed by Chairman Bennett,
All five selectmen.
Michael Bean, Maureen Bernard, Detroche Joko, and David A. Mills. David Mills was a very supportive.
Yes, he was. He
of
was
the
on that
issue.
On that issue, he was very supportive.
Yeah. It is wise to direct anger towards problems and not people, to focus your energies on answers, not excuses.
But see, they sent that in April, and they haven't even got an answer yet. They don't expect an answer. It's ridiculous.
Well, they they don't want to talk to anybody about this. Maybe what I should do is go to see Mayor Cahill, and before he gets reelected, and see what he has to say. But the thing is, this is a position that we have kept in regards to the environmental impacts to our residents. Our health and our children are affected by this.
And did you see that report that you got from Hanscom?
That's what I'm going to get to right now. I have
That is a devastating report. We are in more close proximity than all of this, okay? Even the winds they call about the jet fuel, the leaded gasoline. They talk about 2 schools. Our schools are closer than these schools. We're in danger here.
Our schools are in the path of the runways.
They fly right over them.
This is a impacts of aviation emissions on air quality near Hanscom Field, Bedford, Massachusetts. This report really covers towns
4 communities, if I'm not mistaken.
of Bedford, Lexington, Lincoln, and Concord to design and conduct a study to better understand the impacts of the aviation emissions. The methods are well defined. This is a 53-page report
Yes.
that was done, and the results in total we monitored at the stationary sites for 161 days.
Yes.
So this is not a fly-by-night outfit. This is a reflection of what the actual conditions
This is
are.
what we need to know that people are not going to die because of the fumes of that airport, okay? Downwind. You see what it says about downwind?
That's right.
Okay, downwind. All those houses are downwind. Our schools are downwind of that airport, okay?
Now, I'm just going to get into the implications of the results. Based on our findings, we conclude that there is a clear evidence of deterioration of air quality in nearby communities due to aviation-related activities at Hanscom Field. Further, we conclude that the proposed expansion of aviation activities at Hanscom will lead to more frequent and more severe exceedance of air quality guidelines. So this was conducted, and I have, Ben, can you throw up the airplane, the aviation emissions? No, okay, that's fine. This one is a shot of the airport at Hanscom, which is very similar
Yes.
to what we have.
2 runways, too, just
Yeah,
like we have.
that's
Exact
right.
same thing.
That's right.
And our houses are closer than these houses at this airport. Okay, that's the problem. But the town of Danvers seems to close their eyes. The houses just appear there out of nowhere, I guess. I don't know. I can't explain it. Can you explain it?
No, I can't explain anything that they do because they do it for their purpose only. They don't give a damn about Danvers,
No.
Wenham, or even Beverly.
Yes. But no, they take care of Beverly, believe me. You saw? Run 1, win 6. And we've been fighting for that for a long time. We got it. Only lasted about a month. Boom.
Well, then
Runway 9, back into Danvers.
Then what we need is some emails to fly to the mayor of Beverly because the
No,
commission.
we need the town of Danvers to get their act together and straighten this mess out. That's what we need. To grow a backbone and say enough is enough.
Okay, let me just.
Well, do you agree with that or not?
I do. And what I want to do is continue. This is an article from the local paper in the vicinity.
Citizens, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think
the
it was. I did
Citizen.
see that. It was like you said. It's 51 pages. It's
The
not.
The study showed that the highest concentration of UFPs, which is the emissions, occurred at sites downwind of the
Yes.
airport during periods of moderate wind and high flight activity. Huda, who is the commissioned engineer to do this, said the Bedford sampling sites showed higher concentrations of UFPs when the wind was coming from the southwest. And their direction is direct, right over the airport, and they have very similar situations. And theirs airport is not as close as we are
To the residents.
to the residents.
That's what we've been trying to tell them. Please, man, there's a big mess over there. I don't think really that the people in town understand, or the select board, or even the town manager understand the danger that we are put into. They really don't.
Well, either that or they don't care.
Well, they're supposed to take care of their residents. Why do we pay taxes? Isn't it for the town to represent us and take care of us?
Well, that's a good question to raise to our select board. Or, well, you know what?
They're supposed to protect us. Isn't that what we're paying for?
That's right.
Okay.
So
we do have a board of health. They ought to send them, do some samples and stuff. I don't know.
well, maybe that's what we need to do.
They talk about the Board of Health here a
Yes,
lot
yes, they
in
do.
this thing, okay? They talk about the Board of Health a lot in this survey.
Well, let me just conclude this discussion because we're running
No,
out
I
of
understand,
time.
and I'm
but-
sorry, I'm not trying
no,
to, you know.
you're fine.
I'm just, I'm a little frustrated with this.
You
You know?
just get excited.
I know, because you know why, Mark? I've been working this for a long time, trying to
know.
help the people out, trying to get them squared away. I'm not doing it just for myself, okay? All right? It's for the town of Danvers, okay? It's enough is enough. I've been seeing and I've been learning. We're getting taken advantage of, okay? And we don't have anybody sticking up for us. That's the problem. We've brought the senators in, Lovely, Kearns. They tried to help us. They want to help us. They don't know what to do. No one seems to know what to do. So we need some help and supervision here. It's easy to hire a lawyer, but it's going to cost all kinds of money. Let the town take care of us. The town's supposed to protect us. They have a police department to protect us. They have to protect the residents from all this other stuff
Well,
also.
you know what? The thing that worries me
I'm listening.
is that even if you have signed petitions, and you've gone through that before.
I don't even bother getting them anymore. It's not
I
worth
know
it.
that. I know that. The town management, and I include everybody into that, they don't care because they don't have any direct action. They don't have any direct impact. Now, our town manager living in Gloucester doesn't have any effect from Beverly Airport. The town has an impact every single day because
Yes.
those jets come in and out every day. And now I got a notification from a resident that the flights in some cases go to Reykjavik,
Yes.
Iceland.
They do. I think they're all over. They go quite a. I'm telling you, you won't believe where they go. They go everywhere. I'm
Well,
telling you.
we
Florida,
had
California.
Ben, if you put in the last clip on the airport, there
that-
you go. Coming soon, Beverly to Nantucket.
I know, but that's not panning out. They're getting too much. They want too much money for that. That's why.
Well, they're getting money from other locations.
Some other locations, because the reason being, you can fly out of Logan Airport for not even a third of the price.
Yes, I know.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. Expansion of the Beverly Airport and the impact on the quality of life in Danvers. Proposed resolution. I have issued this, and I am going to reissue that again.
Let me ask you a question. We have the two reps. You know that.
Yes.
I don't even bother talking to them. What for? They can't get anything done either.
They don't even show. We have invited them to this show, and
Well-
they've stopped coming because they think they have more important things to do. So I don't know. I challenged them.
I mean, it's not that trying to leave them up. But at the same time, too, you see, if you tell them something, it seems like they get punished afterwards over there. Okay.
Well, the
they're
thing.
outnumbered. We're
Well-
not getting anywhere. The town of Danvers gets nothing out of there.
Well, I understand that the airport commissioner chairman is running for a seat on the council in Beverly.
I heard that. That's
So-
a conflict of interest right there. Okay.
Well,
My honest
absolutely.
opinion. I don't understand because the reason being, he lives right in the area that the runway 16 that they pulled. That they don't want to go over that way. That's exactly where he lives, in that area there. That's what, so the flights would be going over his house. Okay. He lives right on 62. Okay. On the Beverly. Okay. Right after the. I'm telling you, it doesn't all smell. It doesn't smell right. Okay. It
Well,
doesn't smell right. You got to look at things. Okay.
I
Another
just,
thing here. Let's clean this one out. The airport is coming to the next selectman meeting, okay? And it is going to be November 4th at the selectman meeting. They are coming to give a presentation. We need to fill that place with as many people as we can to show that this town is fed up with Beverly Airport pooping all over us. It's about time they take consideration of the Danvers residents, okay? That's it. They have to. And it's about time the select board finally, and the town manager, make them aware that we can't put up with this any longer. You ever think that-
My final comment. That's okay.
I don't know.
What happened to being a good neighbor? Beverly is only interested in expanding air traffic with no consideration of residents and neighbors in Danvers, Beverly, or Wyndham.
Yes.
Noise levels, plane size, and fumes will ultimately increase due to jets landing and taking off into our neighborhoods. We are already experiencing that.
Yes.
When will this stop? Beverly needs to stop the expansion and give our neighborhood a break. The expansion must be stopped and the master plan reconsidered for the sake of our quality of life.
I agree with that 100%, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So-
No, there's too many problems over there. The town closes their eyes to everything. Do you realize that they got down to 65 decimals, okay? Believe me, my God. A lot of those planes are rated at 74 to 75 decimals, okay?
Right.
So how the hell can they tell us that 65 decibels never leaves that airport? That's a bunch of bull.
All right, so we are running out of time. My story number 6, which is the Town Charter Review or Town Manager Act Review,
Okay.
or Town Meeting Review,
All right.
we will make that a special for the next
You're
show.
gonna have to, because that was a long.
And that was just the start.
I know. How long did that go for? I think I
That
fell
went
asleep.
till 9:30, 10 o'clock
Okay,
almost.
I fell asleep. I was trying to watch it.
Well, I don't know if I fell asleep or not. But what we need to do is we need to focus in on the Town Charter Review because it's an important factor in our government. And right now, there is nobody except Mr. Gardner Trask that is asking the right questions. We need to educate the rest of the Board of Selectmen because the committee itself that was reviewing it didn't know anything about our government.
I like the board right now. I really do. I'm hoping that they're going to help us and put us in the right perspectives.
All right, so thank you very much, Tony,
you.
for
Thank you very
being
much for
here.
listening to me.
And let's make it happen next show.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.